Hi, hello everyone. Today I am going to teach you how to write a winning proposal. Learning proposal writing is essential for professional development, securing funding, effective communication, and for critical thinking, project planning and management, resource allocation, research skills, and impact assessments. So, when you go through the lecture video in detail, you will clearly understand the importance of writing a proposal and how to draft step by step a winning proposal. To begin with, what is proposal writing? It is a process of crafting a document that outlines a plan, project, or idea and presents it to the target audience, such as potential clients, investors, funding agencies, or decision makers. The purpose of a proposal is to persuade the audience to accept or support the proposed plan by demonstrating its feasibility, value, and potential benefits. Effective proposal writing involves clearly defining the problem or opportunity, proposing a solution or course of action, providing supporting evidence or rationale, and presenting a persuasive argument for why the proposal should be accepted or funded. It requires careful research, strategic planning, and effective communication skills to convey the proposal's key points convincingly. Now, what is the purpose of writing a proposal? The purpose of writing a proposal is to effectively communicate a plan or idea, persuade the audience of its value, and achieve a desired outcome, whether it's securing funding, gaining approval, solving a problem, or felicitating the change. Let us understand what are the various types of proposal. There are that is proposal writing. It encompasses various types of documents, each tailored to specific purpose and audiences. Now, here I have listed some common types of proposal writing. Business proposals. These are often used to pitch products or services to potential clients or customers. They outline the benefits, features, and costs of the offering along with an relevant terms and conditions. The second one is the grant proposals, which are written to secure funding from government agencies, foundations, or other grant making organizations. They typically include detailed project plans, budgets, and evaluation strategies. The third is the research proposals, where the students would be involved in working on it. Research proposals are submitted to academic institutions, funding agencies, or research sponsors to obtain support for research projects. They outline the research question, methodology, objectives, and expected outcomes. The next is the project proposals, which are used to propose new initiatives or projects within the organization or to the external stakeholders. They detail the project scope, objectives, deliverables, the timeline, and also the resource requirements. The next one is the solicited proposals. See, these proposals are requested by a specific organization or agency in response to a formal request for proposals or request for a quotation. So they must adhere to the guidelines provided by the requester and address the specific requirements outlined in the solicitation. The next one is the unsolicited proposals. They are submitted proactively to the potential clients or funding agencies without a formal request. They aim to capture the recipient's interest by proposing a solution to a problem or addressing a need that the recipient may not have previously recognized. The seventh one is the sales proposals, which are used in business to business or business to consumer. Sales processes to persuade prospects to purchase products or services. So they often include pricing terms and persuasive arguments highlighting the value of the proposition. The eighth one is the policy proposals, which are developed to advocate for specific policy changes or initiatives. So they are often submitted to the government agencies, policy makers, or advocacy groups and include evidence based arguments supporting the proposed policy. The final one is the marketing proposals, which outline the marketing strategies, campaigns, or initiatives to promote products, services, or brands. So they may include market research, target audience analysis, and proposed tactics for reaching the marketing objectives. So each type of proposal writing requires a careful consideration of the audience, purpose, and desired outcomes, as well as adherence to any specific formatting or submission requirements. See, the thing is, the skills are valuable in diverse contexts. So you can significantly enhance your success in various endeavors through writing the different proposals, meeting the requirements, meeting the requirements. The next is the structure of the proposal, where it can be divided into three categories. The first part of the structure is the prefatory one. The second part is the body part, and the third one is the supplementary part. So the structure of a proposal can vary depending on its purpose and audience, but there are certain commonly used structure that which you can adapt to your needs. So the first part is the prefatory one. The prefatory parts of a proposal, it includes elements that precede the main body of the document, and it provides you the essential context and administrative information. So these parts typically serve to introduce the proposal and provide logistical details. I have given the parts that are to be included in the prefatory one. The title page, it means the first page of the proposal, which contains the title of the proposal, the name of the organization or individual who is submitting the proposal, the date, and sometimes the logo or any branding elements. These are all included in the prefatory part of the proposal. And the letter of transmittal. So it's nothing but a letter, a formal document which accompanies a proposal or report when it is submitted to a recipient, typically someone in a position of authority or decision making capacity, like a formal letter. Its purpose is to introduce the proposal or report, provide context for its submission, and convey any necessary administrative details with an introduction, with a proper description. You can acknowledge a receipt of the proposal to be submitted, whether with request of invitation, that is in the previous slide I was explaining to you whether it is a solicited or an unsolicited one. So based on that, you can give the explanation of your submission and with some proper closing remarks. So a well-written letter of transmittal, it always serves as a professional introduction to the proposal, helping to set a positive tone and provide context for the reader before they delve into the details of the document itself. The next is the abstract or the executive summary. While the abstract or the executive summary is often considered a part of the main body, it can also be included in the prefatory parts by providing a very concise overview of the proposal's key points. Generally, it summarizes the problem, the solution, objectives, and the expected outcomes. The next is the table of contents. It lists the sections and subsections of the proposal along with their corresponding page numbers. It helps the reader navigate the document and quickly locate the specific informations, then list of figures and tables. This is also included in the proposal, or you can give some visual aids, which you may include a list of these elements with the corresponding page numbers. This makes it easier for the reader to find specific visuals referenced in the text. And the next one is the use of abbreviations and acronyms. You have to list out that if your proposal contains abbreviations or acronyms that may not be familiar to all readers. So you can include a list of these terms along with the definitions and the explanations. The next is the acknowledgements. If there are individuals or organizations you wish to acknowledge for their support or assistance in preparing the proposal, you can include an acknowledgement section. Then the last part of the prefatory is the preface or the introduction. The introduction typically it precedes the main body of the proposal. It may also be included in the prefatory part to provide the background information with some context and an overview of what the proposal covers. So overall, the prefatory part helps set the stage for the main body of the proposal by providing essential administrative and contextual information. So they make the document more navigable and provide the readers with an initial understanding of the proposal's context. So I think that you can able to understand up to this part. To make you very clear for your future reference, I have just explained the letter of transmittal, abstract or executive summary, and the table of contents for your future reference. I have given the explanation for it. Then the second part of the proposal writing is the body part. The body part of a proposal is where you present the main content and substance of your proposal. This section elaborates on the problem or need, the proposes a solution or a course of action, and provides supporting details and evidence. So this is how you have to structure your body part of the proposal to with an introduction in the beginning, which always provides a background information on the problem or need you are addressing. So you can describe the context, significance, and scope of the issue to help readers understand its importance. The next one is the problem statement. Here you can clearly define the problem or need that your proposal aims to address. Because now I have explained you around 8 different types of proposal writing. So you have to understand which type of proposal that you are working on. Based on that, you have to clearly explain your problem statement, your objectives, everything. Okay. Describe the current situation, including any challenges or limitations or gaps that exist. You can provide evidence or data to support your claims and demonstrate the urgency or significance of the problem. Then the objectives, you can state the specific objectives or goals of your proposal. See, you should be very precise in explaining everything. Don't create a big story of what you are going to do. What do you hope to achieve by implementing your solution? That is what is required. So make sure your objectives are clear, measurable, and aligned with the problem statement. The next one is the solution or the methodology. Present your proposed solution or approach to addressing the problem. Describe the methods, the strategies or interventions you will use to achieve your objectives. Explain why you believe your solution is the most effective or appropriate course of action. Like you, many people will be submitting the proposal for the grant. So, why the company should choose your proposal? That must be very clear. So, it have to be given everything clear in your objective and with your methodology. Then the implementation plan. Outline the steps or phrases involved in implementing your proposal. Provide a detailed timeline or schedule for each stage of the project, including the key milestones and deliverables. Specify roles and responsibilities for team members or stakeholders involved in the implementation. The next one is the resource requirement, or we can even take for the cost estimate for the project. So identify the resources needed to carry out your proposal, such as the personnel, equipment, materials, and funding, whatever it can be. So provide a budget estimate or cost breakdown for each resource category and justify the need for each resource based on the requirements of the project. Here you have to give an appropriate cost estimate while creating the budget. It's very much important that it should be a very realistic and thorough in your estimates. So take the time to carefully consider all potential costs and factors that may impact the budget. Additionally, be sure to align the budget with the guidelines and requirements provided by the funding agency or organizing, that is the issuing organization, the requests for the proposal. So be very clear and specific with what you are. Unless you have a clarity on what you are working with it, you cannot give the exact information. The next is the potential benefits. Describe the expected outcomes and benefits of implementing your proposal. Explain how your solution will address the problem or need identified earlier and improve the situation for the stakeholders or the beneficiaries. Highlight if you have any anticipated positive impacts or value added aspects of your proposal. Then the risk assessment and mitigation. See, when you submit your proposal, you must be in a position of all the positivities, you must be in a position to identify the potential risk, the challenges or obstacles that could arise during the implementation of your proposal. So, assess the likelihood and potential impact of each risk and propose strategies for mitigating or managing them effectively. Then the evaluation plan. Explain how you will evaluate the success of your proposal. Describe the criteria or indicators you will use to measure progress and outcomes. Outline the data collection methods, evaluation tools, and analysis techniques which you will employ to assess the effectiveness of your intervention. And the final part is the conclusion. Summarize the key points of your proposal and reiterate why it is important and how it will benefit the intended audience or stakeholders. You must emphasize the significance of your proposed solution and the potential positive impact it could have. So these are the important areas to be covered up in the body part of your proposal. Depends on the type of proposal you work on. So I have explained the problem statement and solution here, cost estimate, what it is for easy reference. Then the third part or the final part of your proposal is the supplementary parts. See, while structuring your approach, you can effectively communicate the rationale, the feasibility, and value of your proposal to your audience. But make sure whether you are providing a very clear and compelling evidence to support your arguments and address any potential concerns or objections that may arise. So you have to think on all these areas. The last part of a proposal, typically it includes the final remarks, which can be a call to action and any necessary administrative details. So these are the areas that you have to you might include in the supplementary part. It depends on the requirement. Right? Conclusion, since we are giving it in the body part of it, you can summarize the main points of the proposal, the importance and its potential benefits. You can emphasize the proposed solution. So the call to action is you have to clearly state what action you want the reader to take next. This might include approving the proposal. Please understand, very important. Providing the funding or resources, scheduling a meeting to discuss further, or any other specific action required for moving the proposal forward. So state what action you expect, you require. Then the contact information, provide the contact details for the person or team responsible for the proposal, which includes the names, titles, email addresses, phone numbers, and any other relevant contact information to facilitate the communication. Then the next steps, it outlined the process including the deadlines or milestones if applicable. Provide any instructions or guidance necessary for proceeding with a proposal. Then the acknowledgement section. If there are individuals or organizations who have contributed to the proposal, such as the collaborators, your advisors, or funders, your project guide, better acknowledge their support and thank them for their involvement. Then the signature. If the proposal requires formal approval, include a space for signatures from the decision makers or even the stakeholders. Then the appendices. If there are any additional documents or supplementary materials referenced in the proposal, provide links or instructions for assessing them in the appendix section. And then the references, if you have gone with any reference, you can mention it. So by including these elements in the last part of your proposal, you ensure that the reader has a clear understanding of what action is needed and how to proceed, while also providing any necessary support or resources to facilitate decision making and implementation. So to conclude, you want to summarize the key points. To be very brief, I'm just covering all the inputs. Yes, be very brief, reiterate the importance of the proposal, and leave the reader with a strong impression of your project's significance and viability. You can end with a strong closing statement which can leave a very lasting impression. You might restate your commitment to the project's success. You can express optimism about its potential impact or offer a word of encouragement. So you can leave the reader feeling confident and inspired by the proposal's vision and potential. So by crafting a compelling conclusion, you can leave a positive impression on the reader and increase the likelihood of securing support or approval for your project. Hope I have given a very clear explanation of writing a proposal. Thank you.